Hello, we are live back again for a live match watch along today. We are watching Watford versus Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. No Matthias Martins. It's come out just before the game that he has had a bereavement within his family, which is really unfortunate to hear. So my thoughts go out to Matthias Martins. But that does mean he won't feature today. So we'll take you through the Watford starting lineup in just a moment. How are you guys doing today? Let me know in the live chat. I hope you've had a wonderful day. This Stadium of Light looks pretty packed out to me from where I'm watching. It looks like most seats are full today, and fair play to the Watford supporters who travelled up there as well. I can see VJ, Luca, Owen, and Harry in chat as well. Welcome to the stream, everyone. It should be an interesting game today. Let's say, Watford coming off the back of 2 defeats, which is a little bit concerning. I was at the Middlesbrough game, and some of the defending in that Middlesbrough game was very terrible. Let's see what's going to happen today. The players are walking out at the Stadium of Light now. So let's take a look at the Watford starting 11. I've got it on my phone in front of me here. It is as follows. So it's Daniel Batman in goal, Jeremy Ngakia at right back, which is interesting. I'll talk about that later in the match. Francisco Sierralta comes back in, Wesley Hoot, Ryan Porteous, and Jamal Lewis. Imran Louza and Tom Dele-Bashiri, and then Georgie Chapvadadze makes his first start, as does Vacuum Bio and Tom Ince. So the front three is Bio, Chapvadadze, and Tom Ince. Midfield of Sierralta, Louza, and Dele-Bashiri, and the back four is Jamal Lewis, Wesley Hoot, Ryan Porteous, and Jeremy Ngakia, with of course club captain Daniel Batman at the back. So an interesting starting lineup for Watford today. As I mentioned, no Matthias Martins due to a bereavement in his family, which is very unfortunate. So, sending all my best wishes to him. But it does mean that Georgie Chapvadadze has an opportunity to start in this Watford team for the first time this season, which I'm sure all the Georgian fans will be very happy about indeed. Evening VJ, hope you're doing well. Love the side. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the side. I think the only change I would have made is Jeremy Ngakia. I've not been a massive fan of his, this season so far. I don't think he's shown enough for me to warrant starting over Ryan Andrews. Ryan Andrews obviously has that aspect of coming through the academy, so we kind of have that extra connection with him. But I just think offensively going forward, Ryan Andrews is so much better. Yes, Jeremy Ngakia can put in them last-ditch tackles at times. But overall, I think for me, Ryan Andrews should be starting, week in, week out for Watford at this point in time. Yeah, absolutely, Harry. Absolutely agree with your point there. Right, here we go. Score prediction time. What am I going to go with? I can't remember what I went with in my match preview. I think I went with a 2-0 Sunderland win, which is probably going to happen if we're going to be totally honest with ourselves. I can't see Watford getting much out of the game today. Of course, much to talk about in this stream as well. Valérien Ismaël signing a new contract, which is it deserved? Let me know in the live chat. I do think it's a bit early to be offering a manager a new and improved contract when he's only been at the club for 9 games. But in terms of having that stability and the backing of the owner and the hierarchy at the club, I think that's a positive. And I think the players can see that the Watford hierarchy are backing Ismaël, and hopefully, that will then translate into better performances on the pitch because they won't be so worried about another manager potentially leaving. But here's Imran Louza kicking off in the lovely, is it sky blue, sea blue, aqua blue? I don't know what you'd call it. But Watford wearing their away kit for the first time today, and Imran Louza has kicked off there. And Watford are underway here at the Stadium of Light. Come on, you golden boys. Really looking forward to this game today. And there's Valérien Ismaël on the touchline. Absolutely. Really excited. Here we go. Come on. Don't usually wear my Watford shirt either, but I'm repping it today. Maybe that's going to give us some good luck. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, the screen's literally directly in front of me here. So if I'm not looking at the camera all the time, I do apologise. And Watford run the ball out of play there for a Sunderland goal kick. Francisco Sierralta there, just kicking the ball out of play. And yeah, Sunderland have obviously had a fantastic start to the season themselves. Picking up some massive results. I think the one that stands out for me is the Southampton game. I think it's 5-0, wasn't it? They beat Southampton by, which is a extraordinary result. And I know Southampton do leak goals, and they've been known to do that so far this season. But even so, scoring 5 goals in any championship game is quite a feat. So I think fair play to Sunderland for that. Here's Wesley Hoot on the ball now. Got a superb left foot, Wesley Hoot. And what a goal he scored against Middlesbrough, by the way. I mean, what an absolutely superb strike that was, with his left foot right into that top corner in front of the rookery. It's a shame we couldn't hold on for a draw, let alone go on and get the win. But yeah, it is what it is. I think Watford, are just a mid-table championship team this season. Yes, we're kind of way down the table at the moment, but I actually think, if we get towards Christmas, January time, I think we'll find ourselves climbing the table a bit more. And I don't think we'll be down where we are at the moment for much longer, because there really are some dreadful teams down here, like Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham, teams like that, who are quite frankly terrible. And I don't think Watford are particularly that bad. Yes, we are slightly bad, but I don't think we're that bad, if you know what I mean. But here come Watford, Georgie Chapadatse driving through the midfield. Great run by Chapadatse. He lays it off out wide to Tom Ince on this right-hand side. And Chapadatse making up a lot of ground there into Imran Louza on the edge of the Sunderland box. Back with Chapadatse here. Can Tom Ince make something on this right-hand side? And we've slowed the play down too much. And Watford there really wasting a counter-attacking opportunity. Chapadatse driving through the Sunderland midfield. And yeah, we've slowed it down, passed it back to Wesley Hoot. And we're kind of recycling the ball now, which is a shame. I feel like we do that quite a lot, where we drive forward and then kind of just go backwards again. And it doesn't feel like we're progressing up the pitch very much. But yeah, good to see Jamal Lewis get another start as well, of course, from Newcastle United. Newcastle playing tonight in the Champions League. So 2 massive games in the area of the world tonight. Sunderland versus Watford and Newcastle versus PSG. But I know what I would rather be watching, right? Bakum Bio is much better than Kylian Mbappe, clearly. Yeah, I think Sunderland win themselves a free kick here. Joby Bellingham driving forward. Francisco Sierralta being talked to by the referee. I'm not sure who the referee is today. Wonder if I can find out for you guys very quickly. But here we go. Sunderland have a free kick, probably about 40 yards from goal. I wouldn't say this is a shooting opportunity necessarily, but we have seen Danny Batman concede some clanging goals this season. But the ball's whipped in, and it's headed away by Sierralta at the back. And Jamal Lewis has won it back for Watford. And he should... Not sure what he's doing here, Jamal Lewis. Gets it clear. Vacuum Bio tries to hold it up. Chapadatse with fantastic play down this left, but he can't hold on to the ball. And yes, Sunderland regain possession here. Oh, God, I thought Bio was going to be through then. The referee pulls it back. Jeremy Gakia putting on the shirt of a Sunderland player there. And yeah, I think this could be quite, I think for me, this game can go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be really, really tight, and it's going to be like a 1-goal wins it type of game, or it's going to be like Leeds and like Middlesbrough, where Sunderland just blitzes completely and Watford lose 3 or 4-0. Hopefully, it's not that. Hopefully, Watford will, of course, pick up the 3 points today. But yeah, I do think we have the capability of conceding a lot of goals. And Watford haven't won an away game since, I believe, the start of January this year, which is really terrible. Here's Jack Clark for Sunderland, and Watford scramble it away there. Jack Clark with a fantastic run into the Watford penalty area. He pulled it back, And Watford couldn't really clear their lines. There was a shot on goal there. I'm not sure who it was from, but the play's broken down now, and Watford have a free kick. But Jack Clark there, fantastic driving there into the Watford penalty area. Jeremy Ngakia couldn't really do anything about that at all. And again, my concerns with Ngakia are, he gives away fouls in really poor positions. I think it was, I can't remember the game. I think it was West Brom at home. He gave away a foul literally on the edge of the Watford box, and they scored from that free kick. And there's lots of other things I don't like about Jeremy Ngakie's play, but I do think there's a player in there at times. Like occasionally he'll have a really, really good game. But yeah, largely, I'd much prefer Ryan Andrews to start ahead of him, if I'm being honest. But yeah, hopefully he proves me wrong today. And it's been quite a fast start to this game. Sunderland having the best opportunity so far there through Jack Clark. And yeah, I mentioned in my match preview, they've got some good players. Sunderland, Alex Pritchard, Dan Ballard, Jack Clark, Patrick Roberts as well. They've got good players for this division. Last season, I think they had Ahmad on loan from Manchester United as well. And they can score goals as well, Sunderland. I mean, they're not shy of scoring goals. So yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for Watford. And I would have been concerned actually for Valérien Ismaël's future before this game if we hadn't got the news of his new contract. And I've got to say, I was so surprised when I read that, because I looked on Twitter and it said club statement, Valérien Ismaël, and I was immediately concerned. I was like, oh my God, Gino's done it again. He's sacked him. But then I clicked it. I opened the link. And of course, we'd obviously extended his contract, which is great news. But I do think it is slightly too early. I don't know what the harm would have been in just letting him see out the first season and then renewing his contract. But yeah, I said earlier, I suppose if it gives the players confidence that Watford are backing this specific manager, then there's not really any harm in doing that. But yeah, here's Ryan Porteous on the ball, playing it back to Imran Louza, who's dropping really deep. Come on, Watford. Come on. I think Georgie Chatfordadze has got a massive opportunity today. I've mentioned already, I'm sure you guys all know. But yeah, Matthias Martin is unavailable due to a family bereavement, which is, a real shame for him, and, sending my thoughts to him and his family. But it does give Georgie Chatfordadze the opportunity to start for Watford, which I think he's been waiting for all season. Here's a counter-attacking opportunity for Watford. They back in Bio, edge of the box. He just needs to have a shot. He lays it off to Georgie. Georgie, edge of the box. Still got it. Georgie with the shot. He cuts back inside. Oh, big opportunity there for Georgie Chatfordadze, and Sunderland have the ball again. I should have had a shot there. Vacuum Bio had the opportunity to shoot. He laid it back to Georgie. And yeah, he got the ball taken off him, unfortunately. Here's Dan Backman. Come on. I think a lot of Watford fans have completely wrote us off already for this season, which is fair enough. Obviously, we've not had a fantastic start. But, imagine Watford pick up 3 points today. I mean, what a way that would be to kind of kickstart, hopefully, a good run of results coming up, really. Obviously, we've got Sunderland today, Cardiff City on Saturday, and then I think we've got Sheffield Wednesday at home after the international break, which really should be a Watford win, right? You'd think. So yeah, hopefully today can kickstart some good momentum, because that's something we've not had this season. We've not had the opportunity to, it's our own fault really, but we've not had the opportunity to create a good run of form where we can say, oh, actually, we've gone 5 games unbeaten. We've picked up 3 wins. I think that's something Watford need to work on, really. So, 3 points today would do the world of good. Here's Jamal Lewis down the left-hand side in his wing-back type role. The cross is whipped in. And yes, Sunderland do really well to defend that, actually. Jamal Lewis should have done better with that delivery, really. But here he is again on the ball, trying to do a 1-2 with Imran Louza, and Sunderland win it back. And at the moment, the game is very high intensity, going back and forth, back and forth. And yes, Sunderland on the attack here. Jack Clark on the ball. let me know your score predictions in chat as well. In my match preview, as I said, I went with a 2-0 Sunderland win. I couldn't see past really, a Sunderland win, especially at the Stadium of Light. Jack Clark here on the left-hand side. He has the beating of Jeremy Ngakia at the moment. Ngakia really struggling to win back the ball for Watford. And yeah, interesting that Vacuum Bio got selected over Mileta Rivic. I think Rivic had a really poor game against Middlesbrough, actually. So I think for me, it's just good to see up front, especially. I think defensively we lack depth, but up front in midfield and attack, there is a real competition for places there, albeit, the players aren't at a very high quality. But yeah, you've got Reece Healy, Vacuum Bio, Mileta Rivic fighting for that number 9 position, if you will. On the right-hand side, you've got Yasser Espria and Tom Ince. On the left-hand side, you've got Chakvadatse and Matthias Martins when he's available. You look at the midfield, you've got Jake Livermore, albeit I don't know if you'd call him a depth option or not. Tom Deli Bashiri, Ismail Kone, Imran Louza. So yeah, there's options in this Watford team. I just think we lack the depth in defence. And defence has been our real issue this season, right? I think that we've scored quite a few goals, I'd say. The 4 against QPR, 3 goals away at Coventry, 2 goals recently at home to Middlesbrough. But it's just these silly defensive mistakes that are costing us at the moment. But here's Chakvadatse with a crossfield ball that looks like it's going to run out of play. Tom Ince is chasing it down, and the linesman flags for a foul. Definitely was not a foul. Jack Clark went down very easily there. But yeah, Georgie Chakvadatse certainly has been Watford's most threatening player so far. He's definitely had the best opportunity, I would say, anyway. And yeah, sorry, that wasn't Tom Ince. It was Imran Louza on that right-hand side. Come on. I don't want to be sitting here in an hour's time going Watford are 4-0 down, because I would be so devastated. I want to stay in this game for as long as possible. Well defended there by Wesley Hoots. I think Tom Deli needs a good game as well. I've not seen a lot from Tom Deli Bashiri in the last few games that he's played in. There's a few players who really need to prove themselves in this Watford team today to kind of retain their place, in that first team lineup. Poorly given away there. Here comes Sunderland. Shot on goal, blocked by Wesley Hoop. Here's their number 14. And well won back by Jeremy Ngakia. Ngakia into Sierralta. Tom Deli Bashiri driving forward now. Georgie making a great run on this left-hand side. Tom Deli just needs to find him. He looks the other way and plays a strange ball out wide to Tom Ince. I'm not sure what was quite going through his decision-making in that instance. And yeah, Watford win it back. This is a very frantic game. I can barely keep up. But that might suit Watford. I don't know. I suppose if we play in the counter attack, we do have them players up there to to break them down if we can. But so far it's been a very frantic game indeed. And fun fact, obviously, if you like Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid, his brother plays for Sunderland now. Joby Bellingham is in midfield for Sunderland today, if you weren't aware. Hopefully he doesn't play as good as his brother has done so far this season, because Jude Bellingham has started at Real Madrid superbly well. I think he's scored like 9 goals in 10 games or something ridiculous. And for a midfield player, those are insane numbers. In big games as well, he's scoring in the Champions League. He's scoring late winners in La Liga games as well. Jude Bellingham's having a great start to his Real Madrid career. Albeit it did cost him a lot of money. I think it was like £120 million, wasn't it? But here comes Sunderland attacking down the right, cut back. Watford not doing enough to close the space down here. Shot, blocked, Ngakia clears, back again. Laid off to his right-hand side. Oh, God. Come on, Watford. Some good play here by Sunderland. Watford doing their best defensively, but Sunderland still retain the ball. Back out here on this right-hand side. Shot, Porteous blocks. Danny Batman, I'm not sure what he was doing there, but Porteous made the block, and Watford tried to play it out from the back. Here's Tom Ince. Doesn't have the pace to get past the Sunderland player. And we're back with Jeremy Ngaki. It feels like when we're about to progress up the pitch, we just pass backwards again, which is frustrating at times, but it's how we've played all season. And I think they are being instructed to play that way, by Valerian Ismail. Vacuum Bio makes the run. Sunderland calling for offside here. His Bio, and he is onside, but he can't hold on to the ball. And again, it's back with Sunderland, who are doing really well to win back possession at the moment. We can't quite hold on to the ball for long enough to create an opportunity, Watford. If you are new around here as well, please subscribe to our channel. It'd be very much appreciated, of course. We do match previews, match reactions, live match watch-alongs as you're watching today as well. And we also do the Watford Way podcast, which is a monthly podcast we release on a monthly basis, which is quite self-explanatory. But yeah, we've got the Watford Way podcast, match previews, match reactions, and watch-alongs like we're doing today. So if that interests you in any way, it'll be fantastically appreciated if you could hit the subscribe button as well. But here comes Sunderland down the left-hand side. 16 minutes gone here at the Stadium of Light, and Sunderland win themselves the first corner of the match. And yeah, Watford have some defending to do here. I've not been a fan of our defending from set pieces so far this season. It seems like we mark zonally rather than man-to-man, which is always interesting. Zonal marking was kind of introduced into the game a few years back when it became prevalent. And that seems to be how Watford defend corners this season. So we are marking zonally at the moment. And yeah, the corner's actually played short here by Sunderland, trying to whip it in. They're being closed down by Georgie Chatford-Datsey at the moment. It's headed away, but it comes off a Watford play and obviously goes out for another corner. Ryan Porteous being the culprit this time. So yeah, more defending for Watford to do at the moment. And they play it short again. This must be something they've done in training, Sunderland, because they've done this twice in a row now. It's whipped in and headed behind for yet another Sunderland corner. So, yeah, 3 corners in a row there for Sunderland. Wesley Hoot heading behind this time for Watford. But this seems to be a tactic. They've done 2 short corners in quick succession there, and the 3rd corner in a row for Sunderland. Here we go. Let's hopefully get it up the pitch this time. Here we go. Tony Mowbray there on the sideline for Sunderland. And it's headed away again for a throw-in. So not another corner. Fantastic news. Fantastic news. It's gone out for a throw. Come on, Watford. Come on. Can also say fair play to the Watford fans that travelled. I know a few coaches went up earlier from Vicarage Road. I think they left at about 11 a.m. And got to Sunderland around 5:30, 6 p.m. Long old journey up to Sunderland. Here's Georgie on the left-hand side, cuts back inside, one back by the Sunderland player, Dan Ballard there at the back. And yeah, hopefully Watford will get an opportunity at some point. We've not had a shot on goal yet, remember. So that's something that needs to improve. I do think we lack shots on goal sometimes when the opportunity arises. We just seem to, basically, I'm not going to overcomplicate it. We just seem to pass it too much. If it was me and I had a sight on goal, have a shot, try and challenge the keeper, because anything can happen. The ball can take a deflection. It can go in off someone's arse, off their knee. You never know, really. So I think with Watford, if you get a shot on goal, have a go. Have a shot and see what happens. Here's Jamal Lewis, almost playing as a left winger at the moment on this left-hand side, crossed in. And yeah, the delivery wasn't really right there, but good to see those 3 Watford players running on the back post there to head it in if the delivery was better. And And yeah, probably an opportunity missed there for Watford actually, because three Watford players had a lot of space there in the back post, and they're all unmarked as well. So yeah, missed opportunity there for Jamal Lewis to deliver a good ball for Watford. Come on. 20 minutes gone. I'd say, how would I say the match has gone so far? I would say I'm relatively happy with what I've seen. I'm happy we've kind of reverted to type in terms of the formation we've played so far. It's definitely not as bad as Middlesbrough. We were already 2-0 down by this point in time. Here's Ngakia playing down the right-hand side. Hold on 1 second. Gives it away once again. And Sunderland have possession. And now Watford have possession back. That's good to see. Yeah, how do I think the game's gone so far? I think we've been good. Don't think we've been excellent, but I think we're in the game. We're playing competitively anyway. And I actually think Georgie on the left-hand side has definitely been our best player so far. Defensively, we look a little bit better, albeit when Sunderland kind of whip the ball back across the box, we do look a little bit susceptible to that. But yeah, looking good so far. Here's Georgie again. Imran Loser making the run inside the box. And it goes out for a Watford throw. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the relationship between Jamal Lewis and Georgie on this left-hand side. They're playing a lot of passes between each other, trying to thread each other through when they're making runs in behind as well. So I think for me, defensively we look okay, and definitely that relationship on the left between Georgie and Jamal Lewis is looking really promising at the moment. Actually, and I think as Jamal Lewis builds up his fitness and gets up to full match sharpness, full match fitness, I think Jamal Lewis is going to be such a key player for us this season, especially with his previous Premier League and Championship experience as well. I think Imran Losers dropping a little bit too deep for me. He's coming, all the way back, in between Ryan Porteous and Wesley Hughes at times. Oh, vacuum bio trying to put in Imran Loser there. Very unlucky that didn't get through. And this has been Watford's best spell of possession so far in this game. Come on. Come on. We need to give the fans that travelled something to cheer about. It's such a long way to go. I've never made the journey myself. Call me a fake fan all you want, but it's so far to go. Like Newcastle, Burnley, Sunderland today. It's they're long old trips, especially midweek as well when people have work commitments and stuff like that. So I think the fans that travelled today need a big round of applause from all of us watching from home. But here come Watford down the right-hand side now. Jeremy Ngakia making a run forward. Tom Ince on the ball at the moment. And again, playing it all the way back to Ryan Porteous and Wesley Hughes. We've seen this again and again where we progress up the pitch and kind of revert back to type, passing it back. I think Georgie will score today now, I'm just watching him play at the moment. He looks really good. Georgie Chatford, I'd say. I think he's going to score. I still think Sunderland will probably win, but yeah, hopefully Georgie will score. Here we go. Sunderland on the right-hand side. Jamal Lewis with some defending to do. And Tom Delly cuts it out very well indeed. and Watford have a throw in our final defensive third here. If you're interested as to where I'm at in the game, I'm 25 minutes and 15 seconds in, and probably about 10 or 20 seconds behind real time, just because of the lag between the TV cameras and actually watching it from home. But yeah, I'm 25 minutes, 25 seconds currently. And here's Jack Clark again on the left-hand side for Birmingham, Sunderland. Oh my God. I'll tell you what else we can talk about, actually. We can talk about the recently released referee audio from that VAR incident. Obviously, I'm sure you've all seen Tottenham versus Liverpool, the terrible decision to disallow Luis Diaz's goal. Yeah, it was just a dreadful decision by VAR. They released the audio. I think it was yesterday they released it. And the whole thing is just a calamity, really. I just find the whole situation hilarious. I think it was Darren England, his name has been suspended. But yeah, I think, VAR is an interesting one for me. I'm glad we don't have it in the Championship, because I think it ruins the moment of scoring a goal, that initial elation. Whereas in the Premier League, when you score a goal, you're always thinking, is it going to get ruled out for offside? Was there a foul in the build-up? Yeah, it's an interesting one. I do think VAR is good for certain situations, but offsides and goal line technology, them two things they should really get right 100% of the time. And just to see there was a communication error between the VAR officials and the referee is awful, really. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that situation. By the way, just while I was talking there, Jeremy Ngakia, who I said was struggling early on in this game, has picked up a yellow card for taking down Jack Clark, who does have the better of Ngakia at the moment. He's going to be really careful that he doesn't get sent off, because he has picked up that booking now. And yeah, Ngakia, to me, does seem to be struggling a little bit early on in this game, as he did so, in the last couple of games as well. All airtime. Hello, VJ says can't stand VAR. JFFIKCV says I don't get why we don't start Georgie. Well, he's starting today, and I think Georgie's probably been Watford's best player so far. But here's Sunderland, edge of the box, and Danny Batman saves very well there. The first save for Danny Batman this afternoon. So yeah, I agree. I think we should start Georgie more, and obviously he's got the opportunity today because of what's happened with Matthias Martins and his family. But yeah, I think Georgie is such a talented player. I mean, he's not scored yet for Watford, but I think when he gets his first goal, I think he'll be really high in confidence. He looks high in confidence anyway, but his dribbling ability, the way he cuts inside, he's not afraid to shoot. His unpredictability, I think, is something we've been missing in this Watford side at the moment. So yeah, really pleased to see Georgie start today. Here come Watford, back in bio on the ball at the moment. Needs to lay it off to Tom Ince. There we go. Tom Ince has a shot and comfortably saved by Sunderland's goalkeeper there, Patterson. First shot on goal there for Watford. Wouldn't really call it a shot. It's probably a cross / shot, them types of crosses. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a shot with a lot of conviction, put it that way. But yeah, Tom Ince with Watford's first attempt on target there. Come on. Nearly half an hour gone now. That's gone very quickly indeed. And yeah, no team really having a big clear-cut chance to score. Both goalkeepers making very comfortable saves that you'd expect them to make any day of the week. So yeah, it started quite frantically. It's calmed down a bit now. Sunderland have possession. They're trying to kind of entice Watford to press, but Watford refusing to do so. Here's Tom Delly with a lot of space, actually, trying to dribble through that Sunderland midfield. Joby Bellingham is kind of playing at the top of that Sunderland midfield. And looks like they've kind of got two DMs sitting behind him. And yeah, in terms of Watford's formation, it looks like we've gone back to that 4-3-3 that we've been playing for the whole of the season, really. Ngakia, Hoot, Porteous, Jamal Lewis, and then Francisco Sierralta as that DM. You can drop back into a back five. And then Tom Bashiri and Imran Loser. But I do think we do lack a little bit of physicality in there. If it was me personally, I said in my match preview, I'd probably play Ismail Kone. Here's Sunderland. Oh, big opportunity there. And yeah, well blocked there by Ryan Porteous. And here come Watford on the counter. They need to play through to Georgie, and the ball's not good enough. Big opportunity there for Watford on the counter attack. And yeah, we're just not getting that final ball right at the moment, which is really frustrating. Because playing as the away team, you have to take them opportunities when they come. And yeah, Georgie was through there. He was clean through. If that ball was played through to him, had a good opportunity to shoot on goal, I should say. Come on. There's definitely chances for Watford in this game to get through on goal if we play the right ball. Again, the game's broken down. Here's Tom Bashiri. He's won the ball back. Plays it out to Jamal Lewis. He's driving down that left-hand side. He cuts back in and plays it back to Tom Deli. Tom Deli still with the ball. Needs to pass it. Come on. Wesley Hoot, not quite sure what Wesley Hoot was trying to do there. He passed to the Sunderland goalkeeper. I think he put a bit too much power on his pass there, Wesley Hoot, to be honest. Yeah, not sure what he was trying to do with that pass, but fair enough, Wesley, if that's what you want to try and do. Just going to check on Twitter to see what the Watford fan reaction is like at the moment. Someone's saying, do we have any creativity? Watford's final ball has been dire, someone else has said. And yeah, someone else said Tom Ince is absolutely terrible, which I wouldn't agree with. I think Tom Ince has been okay so far. He's not really had much of the ball, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, in terms of Watford's most creative players so far, it's definitely Georgie Chatfadaxi. Come on, here we go again. One back by Tom Deli. Francisco Sierralta driving forward. Come on, let's make an opportunity here. Vacuum bio. Not sure where he's going, but okay. Back to Wesley Hoot. Back to Ryan Porteous. Come on, let's go the other way. That would be great if we go forwards. Imran Loser on the ball here. No one really making any runs in behind at the moment. Back to Wesley Hoot. We're not really progressing up the pitch at the moment, Watford. Here's Wesley Hoot out to Georgie Chatfadaxi, driving at the Sunderland fullback. He drives back inside. Here's Georgie. He attempts a shot. And yeah, well saved there. Well, not well saved. Well claimed by Patterson in goal for Sunderland. Yeah, Watford being restricted to shots on the edge of the box at the moment. We've not really had the opportunity to, make an opportunity inside their penalty area. which is again frustrating. Watford being very passive in possession at the moment. But here's Vacuum Bio. Oh God, terrible, a terrible ball by Bio. Really poor in a final third, Watford. Yeah, not good at all. Let me just take a look at who we've got on the bench to come on in the second half. Hopefully, we'll keep it goalless at half time. So, I actually suppose there is some options to bring on. Jake Livermore, no thank you. But Mileta maybe for a bit more of a target man up front. Ismail Kone, Reece Healy, Yasser Espria, Adu Kayembe, and Ryan Andrews as well. I'd probably bring on Ryan Andrews at half time for Ngakia just because he's got that booking. And yeah, probably Yasser Espria for Tom Ince later in the game. And yeah, obviously, we actually saw Reece Healy come on for his Watford Championship debut against Middlesbrough, which I found quite interesting. He only got given about 5 minutes towards the end of the game. But it's good to see that he's hopefully, up to fitness now. And it just gives us another option, a different option in that striker department. Is a bit smaller, probably a bit more pacing behind if that's what we're looking to do, compared to Vacuum Bio and Rajvic, who are physically bigger players anyway. Healy reminds me a bit of like a Mate Vidra type player, runs in behind, quite quick. So yeah, I think it just gives Watford, a different option in attack if we choose to use him today. I'm not sure Ismail will, but yeah, definitely provides a different option for Watford. Crossfield ball by Wesley Hute there. Picked up by Jeremy Ngakia, who plays it into Imran Louza. Louza looking to drive forward now. That's what we like to see, Imran. Plays it into top. Oh, God. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? And the referee blows up for some reason for a free kick to Sunderland. Frustrating. Just need to calm down in that final third of the pitch. Oh, I've got to say, I'm quite tired as well. So hopefully Watford can wake me up with a few goals in the second half. That would be lovely. Yeah, here we go. God, this referee keeps stopping the game. Let the game run, ref. Porteous with a crossfield ball cut out. It was aimed at Georgie on this left-hand side. Picked up by Tom Bashiri though. Come on. Oh, we've gone backwards again. I don't quite get what we're trying to do. I'm sure someone who knows football tactics more than me could explain it to me. But there's a lot of sideward passing at the back between Ryan Porteous and Wesley Hute that really, in my eyes, doesn't lead to much. I don't think there's much advantage to us playing this way. Wesley Hute lays it out wide to Tom Ince, who picks up very nicely on this right-hand side. Tom Ince still has the ball. Back with Jeremy Ngakia. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Jamal Lewis now. Can he get delivery right? No. Headed away by Dan Ballard. Sunderland struggling to clear here. Watford still have the ball. Have a shot, someone. Referee, it's a foul. No, it's not. And Sunderland have the ball and they look to counter-attack. Number 17 here for Sunderland. Wow, what on earth is going on? Oh, my goodness. Come on. Oh, this game is frantic. It's actually frantic. Here's Jamal Lewis. Both managers on the touchline screaming for fouls. Tom Delly, Ryan Porteous, out wide to Tom Ince. Come on. Someone running behind. Here's Tom Ince driving back inside the midfield. Tom Ince still with him. Porteous. Ngakia, who's not that great in attack, to be honest, but he's got the ball. Here we go. With his left foot, he crosses it in, and it goes out for a Sunderland goal kick, as I expected. Yeah, getting Gakia off the pitch for me, he's not been very good. He's picked up the booking. Watford having quite a lot of the ball in this game. Get Andrews on. He's a better wing back in my opinion going forward. Yeah, that is the substitution I would definitely look to make at half time. But yeah, that 2 minute period there, absolutely frantic. I had no idea what was going on really, but fair enough. The referee kind of let it all go. Lots of tackles flying in, and yeah, he did let it play. To be fair, the ref. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Watford Way. It'd be much appreciated. Make my day very much better indeed. And yeah, hopefully Watford will pick up the 3 points as well. If you're a Sunderland fan watching this, let me know. And yeah, let me know where you're watching from. If you've got any international viewers, you're watching from the UK, you're watching from America, anywhere else in Europe. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Here's Watford with Vacuum Bio driving forward. Bio needs to release the ball. Not sure what Vacuum Bio was doing there, to be honest, but Watford still have possession. And referee blows up for a Watford free kick. Thank you very much. Probably just too far out to shoot, but definitely close enough in to kind of whip the ball into that box and try and get ahead on it. Yeah, I think it was Joby Bellingham there giving away the free kick. Francisco, Georgie Chapadatse, sorry, down on the floor at the moment. Yeah, Vacuum Bio is an interesting one for me. It's not a I don't really know what type of striker Vacuum Bio is because he doesn't do anything particularly well. He does a bit of everything, but not great. He can hold up the ball sometimes. He can sometimes score. He can sometimes not. He's not got a great pass on him, really. He's not really a target man either. He can't really run in behind. Yeah, I don't really know what Vacuum Bio is, but he is effective in some games. So I think with Vacuum Bio, it's a bit like lottery. Sometimes you're going to get a good performance, sometimes you're not. Here's Watford with the free kick. It's whipped in. Watford player goes down. And the referee blows for a Sunderland free kick. Yeah, Sierralta goes down there. That's a clear foul on Francisco Sierralta. I don't know what the referee is quite looking at there. Sierralta challenges for the ball. I don't know quite what the ref was looking at there. But fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, here's Sunderland. Sunderland driving forwards. Luke O'Nien obviously plays for Sunderland as well, formerly of Watford. I believe he come through our academy. Yeah, here we go. Sunderland attacking down its right-hand side. They cut back in. Georgie following them. Still with Sunderland. Shoots and they score. Sunderland 1-0. It's Jack Clark. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is. I can't actually see who scored there. But it's a quality finish. And yeah, defensively a shambles get again for Watford. Oh God. It's gonna be one of them nights again, isn't it? So yeah, cuts back inside. Georgie Chapadatse loses his man, it looks like. Wesley Hoot. That's Wesley Hoot's mistake for me. Very flat-footed. Not good from Wesley Hoot at all. For an experienced defender, not good. Can't blame Batman for that. It's a really good finish. Batman can't really get there. And yeah, that's probably down to Wesley Hoot. And Ryan Porteous could probably throw himself at the shot as well. Oh, God. Oh, well. Ah. just before half time as well. Probably, exactly the wrong time to score. Well, the right time to score for Sunderland, the wrong time to score for Watford. Yeah, really disappointing that. And yeah, that was definitely Wesley Hoot. Definitely down to Wesley Hoot that. His vacuum bio though, trying to do something. I'm not sure we'll get much added time in this first half either. And yeah, for me at half time, I've said earlier, Ngakia off, Andrews on. I think it's a substitution we should make. A Spreer on as well, potentially. Here's Georgie, though. Georgie, oh, he should have had a shot. Oh, straight at the keeper. Should have shot first time. Instead, he takes a touch. He gives the Sunderland defence a chance to close him down. But Georgie Chapadakse, through a Sunderland error, finds himself in acres of space inside the box. What a shame. That's Watford's best chance of the game so far. Georgie Chapadakse, again, the key player for Watford in this game. Another shot on target, I suppose, but it means nothing. We are 1-0 down. I think it was Huggins, I believe, with their goal. So I thought it was Jack Clark at the time. They look very similar. You'll have to excuse me. I've got no commentary on, so I'm only watching via video and not audio. But yeah, that was probably Watford's best chance there through Georgie. He found himself in some space inside the penalty area. But yeah, couldn't get much power on his shot, which is unfortunate. Here comes Sunderland again, driving forwards. And yeah, I expected the Watford defeat today, but when you see individual mistakes like that, it's hard not to get a little bit pissed off, to be honest. Especially coming from your more experienced players as well. Here come Watford. It's like a 4v4 situation here. Tom Ince shoots, silly decision to make. His vacuum bio wins the ball back for Watford, lays it off to Jamal Lewis. For God's sake, the referee stopped play for an injury. 2 minutes added time as well. We're nearly at the end of additional time here, but wow, Harry says off topic, but Xisco has been sacked from Sheffield Wednesday. Not surprising to me. But yeah, breaking news there, apparently. Xisco Munoz has been sacked. Obviously, former Watford manager, got promoted during COVID. But he's been sacked from Sheffield Wednesday. Breaking news there from Harry. Thank you very much for that. All Airtime says, we are terrible. I do agree. VJ said the game is not over yet. You are very right, VJ. The game is not over. Although if you are a pessimist, a little bit like me, you can probably admit the game is probably over because Sunderland, a class side, the atmosphere is great. Watford have shown really little so far in attack. We've got into some good positions generally on the edge of the box. Luke and I down there with an injury for Sunderland. We've got into some good positions on the edge of the box, but we've just not capitalised on playing that incisive pass through really the back line of Sunderland. So I think if you replacing Ngakia with Andrews, you've got that wing back option then on the right, better offensively going forward. Bring Yasser Spear on maybe for Tom Ince. I think those are two substitutions I would look to make, definitely. Here's Watford, though. One last chance before half-time. And Ngakia clips the ball in. And that should be half-time. The referee does blow for half-time. And there we go. Half-time at the Stadium of Light. It is Watford 0, Sunderland 1. So I'll give you my reflections quickly on the first half. I'll have a quick toilet break. And then I'll be back for the second half. But yeah, Watford losing up north at the Stadium of Light. Firstly, I do feel sorry for the supporters that have travelled watching Watford's performance so far. Not very good again. Quite concerned about Watford's form in the last 3 games. Obviously, first losing to Leeds away 3-0. Middlesbrough at home was a terrible performance, really. Obviously, scoring the 2 goals, I think that masked over the general performance. And today, not that great, really. Going forward, we look okay, but defensively, again, we're making the mistake. Wesley Hoot there jumping into the tackle, leaving himself exposed, very flat-footed. Batman, can't blame him for the finish. It was a good goal. But yeah, no closing down of players in that instance, really. Let's see what you guys have to say. So Harry says, lovely finish, to be fair, shocking defensively. Agree with that. Tom, hello, my friend, watching from all the way over in Australia. How are you doing? He says, hello, James. You're a bit lax with our defence for that Sunderland goal. More sharpness and determination needed with finishing, Tom. Thank you for that, Tom. Absolutely agree with all of that. All Airtime says we have had our chances, we just can't put them away. I wouldn't say we've had our chances necessarily. I don't think we've had a big clear-cut chance. I think Georgie Chapvedadze has had Watford's best opportunities, I would say. Vacuum Bio, not doing enough for me, not enough hold-up play. I do think Blair and Ismail will make a couple of substitutions. Who they'll be, I don't know. Let me know in chat who you would sub, because I've taken Gakia off, Andrews on. And then I'd probably change Yasser Espria for Tom Ince. I think Yasser Espria has the ability to unlock any defence in this division. So I think Watford need to really, we can't sit back now. We have to attack. We have to create opportunities for ourselves to score. So we've got to go for it. We have to go for the win in this game. We've got no choice. Harry says 3 words to sum that up. 3 words to sum that up. I'd say interesting, not clinical, and what's another word? I don't know. I don't know how to describe the game, really. It's very frantic, I would say. It's a very frantic game, very end-to-end, especially kind of in the middle of that half. VJ says, let's stay positive. Absolutely agree with that, VJ. And a great mindset to have, not just for football, but in life in general. There's my philosophical thoughts for today. But yeah, Watford losing at the Stadium of Light. Before I head off for a quick break, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'd be very much appreciated. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this season. That is the aim. That is the big goal for me and the channel. So yeah, if you can subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, hopefully Watford can get at least a goal in the second half. That would be good. And hopefully 3 points as well would also be even better. So give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Just going to go for a quick break. And yeah, I'll be joining you back here for the second half. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll be back in just a moment. Hello, we have returned, or I have returned, I should say. Watford unfortunately trailing at the break 1-0 to Sunderland. I see Owen has put a question in chat and he said start, bench, sell. Jeremy Ngakia, Francisco Sierralta and Ryan Andrews. So I think for me, that's quite easy. I would say start Ryan Andrews, bench Francisco Sierralta and sell Jeremy Ngakia. Ryan Andrews is a great talent for me, and definitely someone who should be starting more games than he is currently. So start, bench, sell, start Andrews, bench Sierralta, and sell Jeremy Ngakia. That is what I would go in terms of that question, Owen. Harry says no shame in losing to Sunderland, to be fair. Good side, but improvements are needed. I do agree with that. And what do we expect to come in this second half? I don't know. I said before the game, this could be a heavy defeat for Watford. It could be like a 3-4-0, kind of like we saw against Leeds. It could be a tight game where it's like a 1-goal wins it type of game. Or Watford could, score 2 quick goals in the second half and we go on to win the game. I really don't know. It's an interesting one. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. My brother's watching the game as well. I just went to speak to him actually while I was away. He was not impressed with our attacking play whatsoever. My brother, who's just in the room, the other side of my house. He's not very impressed at all, which is fair enough. I think it's, frustrating watching Watford, pass it around at the back between Wesley Hoot and Ryan Porteous constantly. It's not great to watch, really, not very exciting. I think we've got to kind of develop our style of play a bit further because it is becoming stagnant now. I think at the start of the season, it was quite exciting. The QPR game, the Plymouth game, even the Blackburn game, I definitely saw bits of play that I was really impressed with. But probably since Birmingham City, there's been a real decline in the amount of attacking opportunities we're creating for ourselves, and the amount of shots on goal we're having as well, which is kind of concerning to me. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't predict what's going to happen in this second half. I just hope Watford can pick up the 3 points. I'm wearing my shirt today. I don't usually wear my Watford shirt, so hopefully that's a good omen. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'll quickly look through your comments again before we kick off. Connor with a lovely comment about Watford there. Thank you for that, Connor. Much appreciated. Vija says can't stand VAR. That's of course when we were talking about the VAR audio that had been released from the PGMOL, I think it is, like the Referees Association in the Premier League. That was very interesting to watch. Harry says, off topic, but Xisco has been sacked from Sheffield Wednesday. Well, let me take a look at this because Harry said this in the first half. I've not seen actual confirmation of it yet. Let's go on the Sheffield Wednesday Twitter account and let's have a quick look. There you go. It's true. The Owls have parted company with Xisco Munoz with immediate effect. So there you go. Xisco Munoz has left Sheffield Wednesday. Which is no surprise whatsoever because I don't think have they even picked up a point? I don't know. I'm not even sure if they've drawn a game. Let's take a look at the championship table. I believe it's the worst start for any side in the 120-year history of the championship. I'll tell you what else we can do. I literally forgot Champions League football is on today as well. We can check the Champions League scores. They've actually drawn 2 games, Sheffield Wednesday. They have drawn 2 games, but they've lost the other 8. Watford losing, QPR losing, Leeds United winning, and of course Sunderland winning at the moment. Let's take a look at the current Champions League scores. Oh my God, are you joking? Newcastle United, guys. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Newcastle United are beating PSG 2-0. Oh my God. Fair play. Fair play to Newcastle. Other scores, Man City beating RB Leipzig by 1-0. Barcelona beating Porto 1-0. Celtic Lazio is 1-1. And any other scores to look at? Let's have a quick look. That's it for the Champions League. Young Boys versus Red Star Belgrade is 1-0 to Red Star. And Dortmund Milan is 0-0. But wow, Newcastle PSG. Dan Burns scoring for Newcastle as well. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Fair play. Fair play. I've got to say, fair play. Yeah, Kylian Mbappe starting for Newcastle today as well. Yeah, that is interesting. My brother will find that funny. Hold on. When he walks past my room, I'll tell him in a minute. Oh my God. Yeah, fair play to Newcastle. I mean, I know they're obviously have literally the richest owners in the world, but still, I think it's a shock result, right? I think you can all say it's a shock result. Newcastle beating PSG, Leeds beating QPR, Sunderland beating Watford, and Swansea won, Norwich won as well. Rotherham 0, Bristol City 0, Coventry 0, Blackburn 0. Those are all the other games in the Championship. Let me tell my brother. Let me get his reaction. Hold on. Ashley, it is Newcastle 2, PSG 0.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought only. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, here we go. We should be coming back out for the second half in just a moment. Well, the Sunderland players are out. Watford are out. Sunderland are not yet out. Sorry, got confused there. And yeah, Ryan Andrews coming on. I called it. I literally called the substitutions. Ryan Andrews coming on and Yassir Espria coming on as well. I'm literally a genius. I should be a football manager. I called it. But yeah, Ryan Andrews coming on and Yassir Espria coming on. Just waiting to see who they're actually coming on for. It's not flashed up on my screen yet. But those are the two substitutions I would have made. Ngakia just looks out of his depth entirely. Really poor, really poor. I don't think he'd even, I don't think he'd even be a good player for Sheffield Wednesday, to be honest. He's a really poor player, in my opinion. But yeah, Ryan Andrews coming on. Just waiting to see if the substitution is for who I think it is, which it should be, right? Well, it's not come up on my screen. Let me have a look on Twitter. Hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, it's what I said. Espria on for Tom Ince, and Ryan Andrews on for Ngakia, which is what I wanted to see. So, Valerian Ismail and myself clearly on the same wavelength. And hopefully Watford can have a much better second half. And come on, you Hornets, as VJ says. Come on, let's win this game. Here's Yassir Espria on the ball straight away. Come on, the Golden Boys. Here we go. Yassir Espria looking to make an immediate impact. Come on. Here we go. 45 minutes of torture to come. Let's do this. And I believe it's gone out for not corner. It's gone out for Sunderland throw. And yeah, confirmation of the substitutions there. Tom Ince off, Espria on, Andrews on, Ngakia off. That is the correct call, Valerian Ismail. Well done. Wow, I still can't believe Newcastle are winning 2-0, to be fair. Oh my God. Please subscribe as well if you're new. Please subscribe. I'm going to keep reiterating this. I want to get the subs in. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season. So if you haven't already, if you're a Watford fan, if you're a Sunderland fan, if you're a neutral fan, it'd be much appreciated if you could hit that button down below. And yeah, lots more content to come. Tomorrow, I've got a match preview coming out with a Cardiff City fan. I'm trying to do as much this season with different opposition fans as well. So obviously, I can get quite boring if you're just going to watch me constantly. So yeah, I'm trying to get different fans involved from all these teams we're facing, of course. So yeah, tomorrow I've got a match preview coming out with Nathan, who is a Cardiff City fan. And then obviously we've got the Cardiff City match reaction, which will be out probably on Saturday after the game. And then we've got an international break, which means one thing, it means another episode of the podcast will be coming out during the international break. And that'll be with me and Finn again, if Finn is available. So yeah, lots of content to come. And actually a match reaction to this game as well afterwards. So lots of James content for your viewing pleasure. I'm sure you're all pleased to hear. I'm joking. I'm probably the worst football commentator you will ever listen to. But I do try my best. And, you know, I'll be watching the games anyway. So, you know, watching the games of you guys is just, you know, giving me something else to do, which is good. Here we go then. I'll be quiet for a little bit now. I've done too much. I've done too much talking. Yeah, Sunderland playing out from the back here. Come on. Here's Georgie, some good work down the left into Jamal Lewis. And that is surely a Watford throw-in. Thank you very much. Thank you, Harry. I'm not sure if that's sarcasm, but if it is sarcasm, I'll take the compliment anyway. Thank you very much. Yeah. Right, here we go. 48 minutes gone. Francisco Sierralta on the ball at the moment. That's a Ryan Porteous. Out wide to Yassir Espria. Ryan Andrews whips it in. Better delivery. Still goes over everyone, but it's slightly better than Ngakia. Jamal Lewis on the ball now. Fullback to fullback. Jamal Lewis into Tom Delly. Imran Loser shoots. And again, well caught there by the goalkeeper. And probably, again, Watford's best shot on goal so far this game. We're getting closer. That was going into the top corner. But yeah, a very easy claim there for Patterson in goal for Sunderland. Yeah, Loser trying to bend it into that top corner. But yeah, not enough power or accuracy on the shot, unfortunately. Not sure what's happened here. There was a replay going on. Someone's gone down to the ground for Watford. Let's have a look here. Not sure what happened there. Looks like Ryan Porteous went down. Vijay says, "How is Loser playing?" I think for me, Loser is a frustrating player to watch. You know, he has that inner ability in him. You know, really, on any given day, he should be Watford's most talented player in the current squad. It's been a bit anonymous for me today. I've got to say, he's dropping too deep at times. He should be really in that number 10 position. Yeah, Imran Loser does need to improve his performance. But here's Loser at the moment. The ball's driven into the penalty area. Oh, God. And actually, on the topic of Imran Loser, he should be picking up a yellow card here. He went flying into a challenge. The referee's kept his card in his pocket at the moment. Yeah, you know, Imran Loser, as I said, is a funny one for me. He should be Watford's best player. I sometimes feel like he's not putting in the required effort. I don't know if that's some sort of unconscious bias in my head, you know, after his discipline issue. But I just think, you know, he can do more. I think he can do more. He's capable of doing more, and I think that's a fair comment to make. And yeah, shot way over the bar there by Vacuum Bio, who has had a poor game as well so far. Yeah, not good. Yes, he has. Yeah, Xisco Munoz has left Sheffield Wednesday. That has been confirmed on their Twitter account. Harry says, not sarcasm. I appreciate that, Harry. What a guy. What a guy you are. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah, and the rain's coming down now at the Stadium of Light as well. The players getting very drenched indeed. I may do a watch along as well this weekend for Watford versus Cardiff City if I can either get Hive Live or another means of watching the match. If not, it'll just be a match preview and a match reaction as we normally would do. And yeah, as I said, we've got Nathan on, who's a Cardiff City fan. I'm recording with him tomorrow afternoon, and that'll be out with you at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening or around that time anyway. So yeah, you guys should enjoy that as well. Yeah, here come Watford again. Sierralta almost playing as a striker at the moment. Go on, Francisco. Ryan Porty is defending well there, and here's Ryan Andrews picking up the ball. Back with Yasser Asprilla, back with Ryan Andrews. Decent play there. Goes out for a Watford throw. Better down that right-hand side. And yeah, they're showing the rain at the moment. Actually, really heavy rain up in Sunderland at the moment. Yeah, not pleasant at all. I suppose if you're a Watford travelling fan, you know what a day you've had. You know, a 6-hour drive up there, watching Watford lose, and yeah, heavy rain as well. A classic Northern away day, you would say. I still think Watford have got a goal in us. I think we can score today. I just don't think we're not playing that killer ball. We've not played that killer final ball. But we've got Yasir on, Imran on, Georgie on, Vacuum Bio. We've got these attacking players on. Let's score a bloody goal. I'd love just to see a goal. That would be great. So that's all I ask for. Even if we're going to lose the match, just a goal to celebrate and lift our moods would be fantastic. But here's Georgie driving into midfield. Ryan Andrews back to Ryan Porteous. Hoot. Wesley Hoot with a ball down to Bio, but it goes out for a Watford corner. I believe that could be Watford's first corner of the game. I don't remember us having a corner in the first half. So Watford having their first corner of the game. Valerian Ismail. I do like Valerian Ismail's dress sense, by the way. He's wearing a cool hoodie today. Yeah, Watford have had cool managers previously. Zisco had a good dress sense actually when he was at the club. Ismail's got a good dress sense. Yeah, besides the point. Here's a Watford corner. Here we go. We're going to score. Watch this. We are going to score. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Hoot and Porteous are up for it. As is Sierralta. Oh, we've played it short. Oh, that's unlucky. Was flicked on. Nearly made its way through. Oh. I don't know what's happened. Handball, I think. I think it's been called back for handball. That was all right. That was an all right corner routine, actually. Not too bad. Better than I thought, anyway. Oh, dear. Miles Roberts, thoughts on Val's contract extension. I talked about this earlier, actually. I think if we're going to be serious about it, it's not a deserved extension. You can't really give someone an extension after 9 games. I don't think any manager warrants that, even Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp. You don't warrant an extension after 9 games. If I have a job and I work on their, if I do a job for a week and they say, James, we've loved what you've done this week. We want to give you, a 2-year extension. It's just not realistic, right? So I think that's a bit weird. But equally, from another perspective, I can see the reason they've done it. I think that Watford have the reputation of sacking managers very quickly, especially when we're in the current league position we're in at the moment. And I think what it does is it reiterates to the players that actually the manager we've got at the moment is going to be the manager for the foreseeable future. So yeah, I think for me it's just a positive that it gives us a bit more stability. He's Imran loses it, edge of the box, a lot of space and time. He loses it. Big opportunity there for Imran Loser, but he loses it on the edge of the box. And Watford have gone flying into challenges today. It's a few tackles that, on another day, it could potentially be red cards in some instances. Go flying in some of these tackles. Sierralta there went flying through someone's legs. But yeah, as I was talking about Ismail there, after 9 games, yes, it's a bit weird. But I think the positive is we've not sacked him, firstly. I think old Gino Pozzo would have done that. And I think as I said, it gives stability to the players. They know who the manager is going to be. So yeah, I think from that perspective, it's a positive, really. Harry says Bio's decision making is poor. I just think he's a limited player. I don't think he's doing it deliberately. I think he's just a very limited player in terms of what he can bring to the team. What he did against Middlesbrough was really good. He ran in behind. He scored a very simple finish, if we're being honest. And that was it, really. He made a couple of good runs in behind. He's got a little bit of pace. He's got a bit of physicality. But I don't think Bio is a striker who, is great at anything particularly, really. As I said, Tom Dele-Bashiru picking up a yellow card there. So that's Jeremy Ngakia and Tom Dele-Bashiru so far picking up bookings in the game today. Sunderland with a free kick. Oh, just over the bar there. I've just had a text message from someone, and they said, "James, what a load of crap this performance is." I don't think we've been particularly bad. I don't think we've been terrible. I just don't think we've been particularly impressive up front. We've not really created a chance. We've not really had a real big chance on goal where you'd say, 9 times out of 10, the player should score it. We've not created that chance. Sunderland did, and they scored the goal from it. So that's been a differential in this game at the moment. We've not made, we've not created enough. We've not created enough, quite simply. And I think that's what Ismail's done. He's made the 2 changes in Andrews and Espria to hopefully create more chances. But we've not done enough. I don't know if Ismail's about to make another substitution here. He's gone back to talk to some of his staff in the technical area. Sorry, I'm just replying. Somebody's texted me here. And the thing is, as well, I said this in a previous video. If we lose today, that'll be 3 defeats in a row, which is not good, really. And we've not played the best teams in the division, really, either. I know Sunderland probably are one of them, but Middlesbrough are not. I suppose Leeds are as well, but in fact, forget everything I just said. I'm talking a load of bollocks. Ignore me. It's just concerning. I think for me, I'm just concerned. I'm concerned Watford's season could go quite wrong. We've given him the contract, which is all well and good, but ultimately, we do need to start winning matches eventually. We can't sit in the relegation zone the entirety of the season because everyone will get pissed off. Ultimately, that's what happens. Football is about results ultimately. So we do need to be picking up results soon. Headed away there. Sunderland on the attack at the moment. Just had another corner. No one closing them down. That's poor. That's poor. And it's another goal. And that is poor goalkeeping. And that is actually probably poor from Danny Batman again. Danny Batman comes out and flaps at the ball. And 2-0 Sunderland. That's game over. That's game over. I said this in my match preview. They'd win 2-0. It is now 2-0. I didn't see who scored it even. Barr. Someone called Barr, apparently. I don't know who that is. But he scored for Sunderland from a header. And there we go. That is game over. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, dear. So disappointing. Just watching this back in the replay now. Here we go. Let's see who's at fault for this goal. Oh, dear. That's not good. Jamal Lewis gets out. So Jamal Lewis gets out jumped. So they win the header over Jamal Lewis. Batman flaps at it. Not quite sure what he's doing there, really. Yeah, that's Jamal Lewis and Danny Batman for me. Not great. That's not good. Not good at all. Ah. Right, let's have a read through some of your comments. Let me know what you think about the current situation in this game. Harry says, I just want to see Reece Healy. Miles says he completely agrees with what I said about Valerian Ismail. Middlesbrough was a must win. I said that at the time, and ultimately we failed to win. Poor at the back and poor in attack. And Miles says, hopefully Val doesn't get the sack. Well, he won't, because he's just got the new contract. But, you know what Watford they're like. We could do something stupid. We could get to December and sack him anyway. The new contract doesn't really mean anything in my eyes. I think there's that famous saying where they say, a leopard doesn't change its spots, right? We're still owned by Gino Pozzo. We're still owned by the guy, who sat, 10 managers in, 4 seasons or whatever the stupid number is. We're still owned by Gino Pozzo. This run of form we're on at the moment is going to be a real test to see if he can keep his cool in regards to sacking someone. No, again, shot by Georgie there over the bar. Wow, here we go. Reece Healy is coming on, and so is Ismail Kone. So another 2 substitutions for Watford. Tom Delibashiri coming off, Ismail Kone coming on. And I presume it'll be Vacuum Bio off and Reece Healy on will be the substitution that will be made next. Let's have a look. No, it's Georgie Chatford-Datsay off and Reece Healy on. So it looks like Watford will go with Yasser Esprit in the 10 position. And it looks like we'll play the 2 up top with Healy and Vacuum Bio is what I would assume we would do now. Interesting substitutions there from Valerian Ismail. Sorry, my friend keeps texting me, who is a Watford fan. He said, wish I had the Champions League on tonight instead of this crap. I agree. Watford, Watford aren't going to win from this position now. I think I'll just put my chair back a little bit, put my arms back and relax a little bit. I don't think Watford are really going to do anything in this game. Sunderland look well drilled. We don't. I've got to say it. I've got to be brutally honest. We don't look well drilled at all. It looks like when we get into that final third, we don't know what to do. Watford do win it back here. There's a counter-attacking opportunity. Yasser Esprit back into Sierralta, into Loser, back to Ryan Andrews on this right-hand side. And we go all the way back to the centre-backs once again, which is brilliant. Back with Wesley Hoot. And I don't know why I've continued to watch this really, but here's Jamal Lewis. Goes out for a Watford throw. Who knows? We may win 3-2. You have to keep the optimism, right? We may come back and score 3 goals. But let's be honest, that is 99.999% not going to happen. Valerian Ismail has got his big coat on now. The rain is pouring down in Sunderland. Here's Sierralta. Wesley Hoot out to Jamal Lewis. Watford lose the ball. Back to Wesley Hoot, who heads it away. Back to Sunderland. And here they come again. God. Just frustrating, man. Harry says he forgot what drawing feels like, let alone winning. VJ says Val will only go if we look like we're going down. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I think if Watford, finish outside the relegation zone, I don't think there's any risk of Ismail getting sacked. I think it's a long-term project. I think we're looking at a mid-table to lower mid-table finish at the moment. So, it is what it is. I think some fans need to accept that because a lot of people are getting very angry, which is understandable. But equally, I think we have to be realistic as well. Looking at where Watford are at the moment, 2-0 is a dangerous lead. VJ says as well, it is, but not when you're playing Watford. Come on. You know what? I just want one moment where I'm excited. I want to be excited for like a minute where I go, "Oh my god, we could score." We've not had that the entire game. We've not had that the entire game. We are 68 minutes into the game now. If you are interested, Sunderland are just playing with Watford now. Really looks like a training ground game to me. There's no real high press on Watford anymore that I can see anyway. Reece Healy attempting to get on the ball here at the moment. He does look a bit quicker, Reece Healy, compared to our other striking options, which is exciting. But it's just a shame for me. Reece Healy hasn't played a bigger part in previous games, really. But I suppose he's had whatever issue he's had. He's had this injury or fitness issue he's had. It's taken time. And you have to say, we mentioned earlier Matthias Martins having that family bereavement. Obviously, he couldn't play today, but you do wonder, if that hadn't had happened and Matthias Martins had played, what the result would have been tonight. Martins is a really good player, arguably our player of the season so far. I think he provides a good balance to the team down that left. Comparing him, I'd compare him to Gabriel Martinelli in terms of another Brazilian attacking player. Obviously, nowhere near as good. But in terms of their style of play, I think they're quite similar. Really heavy rain at Sunderland now as well, by the way. Coming down really heavy. Newcastle 3-0. Wow. Wow. Oh. Substitution here for Sunderland. Let's see who is coming off. I've got no idea. Patrick Roberts coming off. Oh dear. And Adil Ayushi is coming on. Adil Ayushi, a French player, is coming on. I've never heard of that guy in my life, but he is coming on for Sunderland, apparently. VJ, I don't know why you criticize my map all the time. Can you guys see up on my wall there? For some reason, apparently Greenland's too big. That map basically is just... it's on my wall. So whenever I visit a new destination, I've got like little flags I can put into each country to say I visited there. It's just like a memento, basically. If the map sizing is wrong, I do apologize. It's not that big of a deal. Here come Watford. Ryan Andrews driving again. Andrews has made a difference since he come on. Andrews out to Yassir Espria. Espria whips it in. Oh, unlucky. Bio tried to get to it. Oh, God, this ref's annoying me now. I'm sorry. Oh, dear. Oh. Well, let's think of some positives we can take from this today. Um, I'm gonna have to think very, very hard about this. Positives to take. I think that Georgie Chapadatse played well in his first start for Watford. I think that in the first half, we looked defensively much better than we did against Middlesbrough. I think the midfield had a bit more balance to it. Negatives, really poor in the final third, really struggling to create any real opportunities really at all. Um, which is a big problem for us, really. I mean, we need goals. You know, to win games, you need goals. Here comes Sunderland again. Sunderland on the attack, could be another goal here. Goes down in the penalty area, shoots, blocked. Sunderland asking for a penalty. Watford have the ball back, and the referee blows for a Watford free kick. Thank you very much. And yes, that is another positive. We've not been beaten 3-0 yet. I'm sure that's to come in the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, currently is 2-0. So I suppose if you want to see that as a positive, it is a positive. But yeah, not good enough from Watford today at all. Not good enough. Oh dear. And actually, on reflection, great tackle there by Wesley Hugh. It looks like a penalty in real time, but I've just shown a replay of that incident. And yeah, that's actually a really good sliding challenge there by Wesley Hugh. For some reason, Daniel Batman has just been yellow carded. I'm not sure if that's for time wasting. They didn't actually show it on Sky, but Daniel Batman has been yellow carded. I'm sure that'll be clarified at some point. I don't have the commentary on, so I can't hear what's happened. But I'm sure most likely that would be for usually for a goalkeeper, it's time wasting, right? So I'm sure that's what's happened there. Latest scores in the Championship: Coventry 0, Blackburn 0, Leeds 1, QPR 0, Leicester City 2, Preston 0, Swansea 1, Norwich 1, and Rotherham 0, Bristol City 0. So those are the latest scores in the Championship. I'll check the Champions League scores before the end of this game as well, before I leave you. But yeah, those are the latest scores in the Championship at this current moment in time. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already for more watch-alongs this season. Will I actually see a win on one of these watch-alongs? That's the main question. Let's take a look at Watford's upcoming fixtures to see when I can actually do another watch-along, because I'm sure there'll be one coming up again very soon indeed. So we obviously got Cardiff this weekend. Again, I may do one. It just depends if I can find either a Hive live stream or another way of watching the match. Sheffield, any home games I'm of course attending, so I won't be doing a watch along there. Rivich coming on for Imran Louza, by the way, is another substitution for Watford, and that'll be our final substitution of the match as well. Imran Louza off and Rivich on. Swansea City versus Watford, that'll be a watch along on Tuesday the 24th of October. And yeah, there probably won't be another one until around December time. So the next watch along will probably be Cardiff this weekend if I can get a stream. And then the next one after that will be Swansea versus Watford on Tuesday, the 24th of October. And yeah, I really enjoy doing these. It just gives me the opportunity to talk to you guys live rather than obviously through the YouTube comment section, which I think is always nice. And yeah, that goes out for a Watford throw. Is that Watford throw? No, Sunderland throw. Yeah, it's always nice talking to you guys live. Usually, in previous watch-alongs, I'm joined by guests, and hopefully we can get a few guests on this season as well. But it's just sometimes hard to get people if they're busy or unavailable. Otherwise, you'll just have me on here, which I'm sure is great, right? Watford have a corner. Back in bio called for a handball there. in the penalty area, but Watford, the referee waved it away and Watford have a corner. Probably was a handball, but the proximity of it, I mean, it was literally like this far away, so he couldn't do much about moving his hand out of the way there, to be fair. Yeah, Watford have a corner here. Here we go. About to be whipped in. Oh my goodness, that's a terrible delivery. Literally every Watford player was in the penalty area, and it's gone over everyone. That's awful. Really awful. So poor. And you've got to give Valère and Ismail credit in terms of the substitutions he's made. I think they're all correct substitutions at this point in the game. I think the questions around Ismail are whether he's getting his starting 11s correct, because the persistence with Jeremy Ngakia is really strange, in my opinion. Here's Jamal Lewis. Yeah, the persistence to start Jeremy Ngakia is very strange. I still think that midfield needs to change slightly. Maybe take Tom Delly out and Ismail Kone in. I've said this before. And yeah, the attack as well might need a bit of work as well. Yasser Asprilla, should he start games for Watford? Should he be a bench player? I don't know. I really don't know. But I think there's questions there that need to be answered, definitely. Here's Watford. Is Marcone on the ball at the moment? Vacuum Bio plays it into... I don't know what's happened here. What on earth are we doing? Oh, I'll tell you what. This is not good. We're being out-muscled now. Just, simple passes. Yeah, I'll check the Champions League scores now as well, as there's a break in play. Let's have a look at the Champions League fixtures. So it is Red Star Belgrade 1, Young Boys 2, Dortmund 0, Milan 0, Newcastle 3, PSG 1. Let's see who scored in that game. So it's Lucas Hernandez for PSG, and Miguel Almiron, Dan Burn, and Sean Longstaff for Newcastle. RB Leipzig 1, Man City 1, Barcelona 1, Porto 0, and Celtic 1, Lazio 1. And the big game there, obviously Newcastle PSG. Unreal for Newcastle fans. What a feeling that must be, beating PSG 3-1. And yeah, here at Watford, 21st in the Championship, losing 2-0 to Sunderland on a Wednesday evening. I mean, what a contrast. What a contrast that is. Yeah, PSG, Newcastle, Sunderland, Watford. Watford are clearly the biggest club in the world, of course. I'm joking. It's just not good, is it? Our fall from grace. You can see the kit I'm wearing now. This is the kit from our FA Cup final season. We challenged for Europe. We reached the FA Cup final. We recorded our highest ever Premier League finish under Javi Gracia. And now we're 21st in the Championship in 2023, losing 2-0 to Sunderland on a Wednesday night. That's a massive drop-off. Massive. And that all goes ultimately to Gino Pozzo, doesn't it? But yeah, don't get me started on Gino Pozzo, Scott Duxbury, because I'll just go on a rant if I do that. But yeah, the drop off from 2019 to 4 years later in 2023 is crazy, really, in my opinion. When you look at it like that, FA Cup final, highest Premier League finish, challenging for European spots in the league. To the squad we've got now and where we are now is awful. It is really awful. I've got to say, it's really bad. Oh, for God's sake. Ryan Porty is picking up a yellow card now as well. Rash challenge on the very edge of the Watford penalty area, actually. I want to see a replay of this just to see if there's potentially a penalty shout in here. But how many times have we said this? You know, Ryan Porty is flying into a challenge. And yeah, definitely a yellow card. You know, stopping really, you know, potentially a goal scoring opportunity there. Yeah, not a penalty, but yeah, giving away another silly set piece. You know, not good really. And yes, Sunderland have an opportunity to score here now. Great position if they've got a good set piece taker in this team to make it 3-0 to Sunderland, which is concerning. Let's see what happens here. Fantastic position, edge of the box, you know, just off centre to the goal, which is where you really want it. Yeah, let's sit back and watch. This could be 3-0 Sunderland. Here we go. The Watford wall's been set up by Daniel Batman. Let's see if they score. Referee blows his whistle. And the wall does its job. The wall does its job. Sunderland still retain possession, though. Playing it back very comfortably to their two centre backs. And yes, Sunderland bringing it forward once again here on this left-hand side. Here they are. Could be 3-0 here. Opportunity for 3-0 goes over Daniel Batman's crossbar. God. How long to go? Probably got about we've got 5 minutes of normal time to go, VJ, and then whatever added time they add on. Obviously, we've had crazy amounts of added time this season. It's calmed down a little bit now, but yeah, about 5 minutes left to go of normal time, and whatever extra time they add on. I'll tell you when they add on the extra time. Oh God, we are giving away so many fouls in this game. So many. Must be over 20. Surely. Giving away so many fouls. Silly. CRL to that time. Just literally he literally just pushed someone over there. He's not even hiding it. He's just pushing them over. It's not good. I'm really concerned about Watford this season. I mean, you know, fair play to Ismail for getting a new contract ultimately, but you know, if results don't turn around, we know what's going to happen, right? So, you know, regardless of the quality of the squad, we still want to win football matches at some point. It's whipped in and it goes out for a throw-in, Sunderland throw-in. Here we go, Sunderland throw. Playing it all the way back to their goalkeeper pretty much. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, for God's sake. For God's sake. It's a red card. It's a red card. It's a straight red card for Ryan Andrews. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Was that a red card? We're going to have to watch it on the replay now. Oh, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Oh. What are we going to do? Well, I don't know what we're going to do with this. I don't know what the aim of the season is now. Let's watch this on the replay. Oh, that probably is a red card. it's one of them challenges, you know, they call it like the scissor challenge. You know, you kind of chopping, you go, you're flying into the challenge, a bit uncontrolled, and then you kind of chop at the player's legs. They kind of call it like a scissor challenge, if you will. Is it a red card? Probably. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. So Watford now down to 10 men. So let's put this into context. Our squad isn't very good anyway. We're 2-0 down to Sunderland. This will be our third defeat in a row. Ryan Andrews, our academy graduate who's come through this season, has just got sent off. So that'll be a straight red card. I presume that'd be a 3-game suspension, which would take him past the international break as well. Oh, God. Just gets worse. Really just gets worse. I'm so sorry. You know, I wanted to sit on here today and talking about, at least a goal maybe. We've not even had a goal. We've not had any opportunity whatsoever. Really poor. I just can't believe it. If Sunderland score a third goal, then, that will sum our night up, really. I mean, I've got to say, this referee's been very card happy anyway, to be honest. A lot of yellow cards have been given out, but I said Watford have been, giving away a lot of fouls as well, unnecessarily in certain scenarios. It was coming. It was definitely, a second yellow or a red card was coming at some point. And unfortunately, it's gone to Ryan Andrews, who I think is probably unlucky to pick that up. Is it a red? I think 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, it probably is a red card. But, I don't think he meant it in any sort of deliberate way. He wasn't trying to injure the player at all. Was it a dangerous challenge? Kind of. I don't think it's not the worst red card I've ever seen. That's a frustrating thing, but I've got to forget about it now. I'll just get too annoyed by it otherwise. Here's Reece Healy trying to do something. He falls over the ball. The referee gives it Watford's way. Joby Bellingham there's furious. Oh God, I dread to see the reaction on Watford social media. I'm sure a lot of fans are going to be very pissed off after today. Right, we're into added time now. I'm just waiting to see how much time has been added on by the fourth official. It's not come up on my screen yet. It doesn't matter anyway. They might as well blow the whistle now. The game's over. The game's done. I'll probably record a quick match reaction after the game as well to give my thoughts on Watford's overall performance, and I'll put that straight up on YouTube as well. But generally, how would I start the game as we come towards the end? From a Watford perspective, did I expect a defeat originally going into the game? Yes, I did. I predicted it in the match preview we did. Am I disappointed? Opportunity for Watford here. Oh my God. The goalkeeper was out of his goal. It was an open goal there for Reece Healy. Anyway, I got distracted. Did I expect a defeat going into this game? Yes, I did. I expected the defeat, but I think the manner of the performance has pissed me off more than it should have. Defensive mistakes once again. Wesley Hugh at fault for that first goal. Jamal Lewis being beaten in the air for the second goal, and Daniel Batman comes out flapping for the ball. So those are the 3 culprits for me. I think Batman's been okay overall. I'm not going to blame him too much for either goal, but I think he could have done better for the second. Jamal Lewis gets beaten in the air for the second. Wesley Hugh's at fault for the first. And I think going forward for Watford, we've just not created any clear-cut opportunities at all. There's no player in our team where I go, they're going to get a goal today. I know they're going to get a goal today. We don't have that player at the moment. Hopefully Reece Healy or Mileta Ivic or Vacuum Bio, Yasser Espria, hopefully they can become that player at some point. But I don't think in this current Watford team we have that player where we go, like a Vidra, like a Dini, like a Nagalo, like a Forestieri in previous years, where we can go, I think they're going to get a goal. We don't have that player. We don't have that player who can go, let's have a bit of magic from him today. A Gerard Deulofeu, a Roberto Pereira. We're not at that level anymore. They've got Jack Clark in this Sunderland team. He's absolutely electric. Patrick Roberts, electric. Every team in this division who is really good has that one player where I go, they're class. They're absolutely class. Look at Leicester, unbelievable. Jamie Vardy, Kelechi Iheanacho, Kieran Dewsbury Hall. They've got so many ridiculous players in attack. Who have Watford got? We've got a £1 million signing from the Danish second division. We've got a vacuum bio brought in by the alleged money laundering agent of Mogi Bayat, alleged, I should say. And then we've got Reece Healey, who had a mysterious injury and has been missing for 8 games of the season and has just emerged. Can we set all our hopes on Reece Healey? I don't know. I don't know where the goals are going to come from in this Watford team. I really don't know. As Harry says, I just want to see a goal. A goal would be nice, guys. But yeah, we're not seeing that at the moment. And it's not come up on Sky Sports how much added time there is. So it's pure guesswork at the moment. Here's Rajovic holding up the ball. Loses it. Oh, dear. I don't know what to say anymore. I've kind of had my rant there about Watford, and I'll speak about it in my quick match reaction that I'll do. Just frustrating. Just frustrating to watch from every perspective, goalkeeping wise, defensively, midfield, attack. We're just not there. It doesn't seem like we're at the levels. Oh God, I'm yawning now. That's how I feel. Deary me. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight about this game. Oh, blow the whistle, referee. Just blow the whistle. I'm fed up of this now. We're 2-0 down. They've got a red card. We're not getting back into this game. Blow the bloody whistle. How much added time is there? I've got no idea. Surely no more than 5 minutes. Dear. Well, I'm just going to say thank you for joining me today. Oh, no. What's happened here? Daniel Batman come running out of his goal. I'm not sure what he was doing. There's 6 minutes added on. We've got 1 minute left to go. Here we go. Let's stick it out for this final minute. And Sunderland making a substitution here just to take the piss, which is fantastic. Joby Bellingham coming off. You're not as good as your brother, mate. Get off. Just get off. Your brother plays for Real Madrid. You play for Sunderland, mate. Here we go. Okay, 30 seconds left to go, and then we can all go to bed. I'm joking. Look, I've enjoyed watching the game with you today, of course. I like talking to you guys, of course, as well. But Watford, very disappointing indeed. Nothing exciting happening at all. And actually, we've watched this from, the warmth of my bedroom, the warmth of our homes, the houses, the flats, apartments that we live in. Spare a thought for the Watford fans that travelled 6 hours up to Sunderland. They've watched this nonsense, and they're then going to have to travel 6 hours back home, and they're not going to get back to Watford until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So, fair play to them. Absolutely. A midweek game to Sunderland is ridiculous anyway, especially for a team where we're so far away from them. And surely, referee, that's it. Just blow the whistle. There we go. It's over. The game's over. So let's do my final thoughts quickly. Then I'll go and record a separate match reaction, which I'll put on YouTube in just a moment. And let me know your final thoughts in chat before we leave as well. Not good at all. I'll read out some of your messages in chat before I go as well. My final thoughts. What do I say? Toothless in attack, toothless in defence. I think defensive mistakes are costing Watford again. I think the experienced players who we need to step up are letting us down. I think Daniel Batman poor for the second goal. Wesley Hoop poor for the first goal. Really disappointed from Wesley Hoop for that first goal. You know, not necessary for him to jump into the tackle like he did. And then, yeah, as soon as that Sunderland player was through on goal, I think his name is Higgins, whatever his name was. You know, very, very easy finish for him to put Sunderland 1-0 up. And then from the corner for the second goal, Jamal Lewis got beaten in the air. And then, yeah, Daniel Batman flapped at the ball. I don't have much more to say. You know, Watford just didn't look very threatening going forward. I think our best attacking player in terms of a positive was Georgie Chatford. I thought he did well in his first start. I think we can all say our thoughts go to Matthias Martins for, you know, he's obviously had a bereavement in his family. That was confirmed by Watford before the game. So our thoughts go out to him, of course. I assume he's probably flown back to Brazil or is on his way there because I'm sure that's where, you know, his family reside. So yeah, thoughts go out to Matthias Martins. What else do I have to say? I don't know. I don't know what else I have to say. I can say thank you so much for watching me today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in to the watch along, of course. I may be back for watch along for the Cardiff game on Saturday. If I'm not, you'll still get your normal match preview and match reaction as we usually do on the channel as well. Let's read through a few of your comments before we go. Harry says, I don't enjoy watching us anymore. I still enjoy watching Watford. I will always enjoy watching Watford. VJ says, final flourish. We definitely did not see that. Tom out in Oz, out down under in Australia says, I really don't think it's a managerial issue. I agree with that. It's not a managerial issue. I just think we lack quality, which is what Tom said here. There's a real lack of quality on the part of the players tonight. Absolutely. Harry says, I don't have to watch Watford for 3 days. Get in. Yeah, I did. I did roast Joby Bellingham there. Well done for noticing that. VJ says, nice stream, James. Thanks. No problem. Yeah, I think that's it, really. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening or morning, wherever you're watching from in the world. I mentioned earlier, we've got our Cardiff City match preview coming out tomorrow. I'm recording with a Cardiff City fan called Nathan, who will be telling us everything about Cardiff City so far. And again, Cardiff City, actually, if you think about an informed side, they've done very well so far this season. They're up there alongside Sunderland, you know, near them player positions as well. So if you thought today was a tough test, I think Saturday is going to be an even tougher test for Watford, potentially, away in Wales. So yeah, interesting games coming up. Let's take a quick look at Watford's upcoming fixtures before and after the international break. I'm just going to get them up on my phone here. Let's take a quick look to see if we've got any tough games coming up. Here we go. So we've got Cardiff City away. As I mentioned, that's going to be very tough. Sheffield Wednesday at home. I'm sorry, Sheffield Wednesday at home. Yes, they've sacked Xisco Munoz. That has to be 3 points. That cannot be a draw. It cannot be a loss. Sheffield Wednesday at home. They are terrible. They're absolutely terrible. It has to be 3 points. Then we've got another away trip to Wales, Swansea City away, and then ending the month of October with Millwall at home. So tough games to come. It doesn't get any easier. So yeah, I'm looking forward to covering it here for you on the Watford Way. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye. Cheers. See you guys.